Why? 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 Why?
Bruh.
It's 2016, and here we are talking about yet another unnecessary remake, this time in Ghostbusters. Yes, Ghostbusters, a movie that is so controversial. All those dislikes on YouTube, the hate on the remake in general with all these female characters replacing the original cast. So anyway, this movie is directed by Paul Feig, and it's starring Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and Chris Hemsworth. I'm not the biggest Ghostbusters fan. The first time I ever seen the original was actually not in my childhood, it was in my adulthood. So I'm not growing up with this this nostalgic feel towards this movie, and it doesn't hold a close place to my heart. That's just a little bit of background. I'm happy to say that the movie isn't a train wreck. I thought that this movie was going to be bad, based on the trailers. I mean, the two trailers that we got, I usually don't watch a lot of trailers, but I watched the first one and I didn't think too much of it, so I thought I might watch the second one and see if I think anything different. And they're both really bad trailers. But anyway, trailers aside, this movie surprised the hell out of me because I didn't expect this movie to be an Oscar contender, so there's that. I didn't expect this movie to blow me out of out of my mind and out of my seat. I think that if people go into this movie expecting fireworks or anything like that, you're not going to like the movie. But all that aside, I think that this movie is incredibly funny. I mean, for the first 45 minutes of this movie, I was laughing pretty much throughout. It's a credit to the cast because really a lot of the funnier moments, Chris Hemsworth, Kristen Wiig, I think that especially Kate McKinnon, she steals this movie for me. Some of the worries that people had was that this movie didn't need to be remade because what made Ghostbusters, the original, so special was the cast. That being said, they didn't think that this new cast could just capture the magic of that movie. And I think that's somewhat true because the original is the original, it is what it is. It's paved the way for this movie, obviously. But I think this new cast really delivers really well. It's a lot of improv being done here, and I think that the cast brings a lot of funny moments to this movie. This movie's really fun too. It's a summer movie, and like I said, you go into this movie expecting a fun movie, and you get that. I think that the last outstanding positive for me in this movie is the final action sequence in this movie is a bright spot. It's a lot of fun, and it's colorful, it's cool. They're showing off their guns, their equipment for ghostbusting and all that good stuff. So this is a good segue into the negatives because I think that without giving away any spoilers, I think that they do something cool for the big, giant last action sequence in this movie. But it doesn't do anything. It's there for a good, not even 5 minutes. It's there for like a good 2 minutes, and that's it. They did something cool with the concept, but then they didn't go anywhere with it. So, a bit of waste of opportunity. Another problem with this movie is, one of the problems that a lot of people have with Star Wars: The Force Awakens is that it's too nostalgic. It's retracing a lot of the beats of the original movie that came before it. I can't say that fully because half of it is trying to be its own movie and it has some good spots, but the other half of it is just constantly throwing nostalgia at your face. They're so focused on what came before it and just throwing nostalgia in your face that it's just, sometimes it gets overbearing. Definitely took me out of the movie at some points. The villain is so bad. You kind of have the feeling that they're going for this type of character in this villainous role, but it doesn't work. It falls on its face completely. Oh my god. I'm going to unleash ghosts on New York City. I mean, that's basically what he did. The villain does nothing in this movie. And that says a lot because your movie is only as good as your villain. And when you have a villain that's doing absolutely nothing, how good can your movie be? This movie surprised me a little bit because I wasn't expecting anything great. Even in saying that, I think that I got exactly what I expected. Let's be honest, this is a summer blockbuster, and I think that this movie delivers in that aspect. So that being said, I'm going to give this movie a solid 6 because I think that this movie could have been a lot better, let's be real. What's holding it back to me is just the nostalgia factor, just throwing all that stuff in your face. The villain is atrocious, but in that, it does have bright spots. The cast is great. Some of the jokes in this movie are really funny. So yeah, thank you for watching this review. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Comment, let me know what you think of this movie. Let's talk about it. I'm in the chats if you're in there too. You can find me on Twitter. We're on Twitter at The Fifth Row. I'll put it in the description. All that good stuff. This has been a review from yours truly, Scuba Sitch. Thank you, and I'm gone.